Howdy there. So the other day, I watched The Descendants. For the second time, I did not see it in the theater. I get these handy-dandy screeners from my union for award season, which I am greatly appreciative of. I had planned on seeing this a second time in the theater, but when you get it for free in the mail, you just can't justify going and spending $12 to see it again, I guess. I'm definitely glad I saw it in the theater. So this is my second viewing. I'll give it a 9. I have no problem giving it a 9. I think it's one of the better films of the year. I think it's George Clooney's best performance, period. And I think it's just expertly written. I think that pretty much boils it down for me for why I love this film. Is the acting and the writing. It's about the descendants of the royal family, the Hawaiian royal family, I guess. I don't really know too much of the history. King Kamehameha and the descendants left a bunch of land, so now George Clooney is not the sole heir, but he's in control of the trust that the land has been entrusted to, and he and his cousins are trying to decide what to do with that land. All the while, his wife of some odd years, who they have 2 children with, has been in a ski-doo, I don't know what they call them, jet ski accident, and now lies comatose. And so he deals with that, as well as finding out that his comatose wife has been cheating on him, excuse me. So lots going on. Again, this movie comes down to acting and writing with me. The fact I'm not giving it a 10, maybe not, is because, it did get a little slow. It's a character study, so all of Alexander Payne's films are character studies. This is, not unlike the rest. Alexander directed this. He co-wrote it with 2 other people. I know Jim Nash is one of the other names. I can't remember who the third person was. It's based on a novel. Never read the novel. Not sure who wrote the novel. The writing is brilliant. Reminded me, well, I guess in a way it reminds me of Woody Allen. The thing that makes me just crazy about Woody Allen is he can come up, 1, with brilliant dialogue, but 2, he can write just 2 totally different types of characters. And each of those characters, can be like opposites, in opposition to each other. And yet they both seem entirely realistic. They have, logic behind them. It feels real. Like every character feels real, even if they are diametrically opposed. And I think that's brilliant. It's how a mind can write like that. How they can construct such differing personalities out of their own personality. I think Alexander Payne does that well. And he does it here because so many of the characters are, at odds. And yet they all seem real and fleshed out. And this is, leads me to the acting. All of the acting is tremendous. There's no really throwaway part. Even short little cameo performances are, I don't know, unique in some way. They have their own little tell. The scene that I keep replaying in my head is a girl who comes in to visit the mom because the youngest sister brings her there to prove that her mom's in a coma. And her friend that she drags along is like, oh, well, I guess you're not a liar. That girl, she has such a an odd character, and yet they seem to have like really spent some time with it, and figuring out what she would be like. And it's just, you know, for lack of a better term, a throwaway role. All of the actors, even, you know, just bit parts, again, given a lot to do. Like Robert Forster, he's probably got the most, you know, one-note role, single-minded role, but yet he has these little subtle moments of quiet that, you know, give away his character, you know, deepen his character. All the performances are like that. Even, again, these minor roles have so much going on behind them. Some of the other actors, since I've got a handy-dandy cast list right there. George Clooney, Shailene Woodley. I've never really known her before. She's excellent here. Beau Bridges, Robert Forster, Judy Greer, Matthew Lillard. They don't list some actors who have much bigger roles than them. I guess they're just going for the faces. But all of the performances are great. And you've got, you know, kids in this movie, and all the kids do great. Really, you know, I think it's gorgeous. It takes place in Hawaii. You get to see some beautiful footage. The movie makes it feel like you're in Hawaii. The music is excellent. The score is very good. You know, it just all adds up to being really transported to Hawaii. And again, you get to see some beautiful scenery, some beautiful beach time, even though you're not actually at the beach. I wouldn't call this Alexander Payne's best film. I prefer Sideways and About Schmidt to this. I would maybe put it above Election. I haven't seen Election in a long time, though. I think he's only made 4 movies. But it was really good. You know, I don't think Alexander Payne's made a bad film yet. I don't know if he's capable of making a bad film. Hopefully he gets a little bit quicker with making movies. You know, I'd like to see definitely some more work out of him. You know, I don't really know what else to say. I hope you've seen it. I definitely think it's one of the better movies of the year. It just won some Golden Globes. Did it win Best Picture? Drama? And I know George Clooney won Best Actor for Drama, which, again, George Clooney's best performance, period. I think it just so layered, so subtle, and even though he's this mega star, most handsome man in the world, he still just plays this down-to-earth dad with all the realism you know he can muster. So I think that's pretty tremendous. So I really enjoyed it the second go-around. I can't say that I'm like totally pumped to see it again. It's not as funny as Alexander Payne's other work. I mean, it's a little bit more serious, but there are some times where, especially here at home, that I was laughing, that I was like, you know, should I be laughing at that? So, I mean, this is a very dark comedy, a very bleak comedy. Because sometimes in situations in life that are, you know, so dark and depressing, you know, sometimes all you can do is laugh. And that's the feeling I get while I watch this movie. There are some moments where it's just so heavy that it's kind of funny. You know, all you can do is laugh it off. And I think that tone is perfectly captured at times during this film. So, again, really good movie. I've got no problems giving it a 9. Again, one of the better films of the year. And George Clooney's best performance. So there you go. That's The Descendants for a second viewing. Thanks.